Hello everyone, my name is Legend Ronnie and this game is Rise of Kingdoms. We all heard the news and obviously, oh my god. Yes, Attila is getting nerfed. We definitely need to talk about that. Constantine is getting a small buff and I've done a video about the AoE being nerfed. AoE is not getting nerfed. There is a lot of concerns out there that barbarian AoE might not be a thing after the update. Well, you just simply need to check the video about the update that I have done. And I pretty much explained very well there about the AoE buff because it's not a nerf. So obviously, I think that is a very good subject for a live streaming. So I'm gonna be here for a little bit over an hour, maybe even more if we actually enjoy ourselves. This is not Open Mic Friday, that is Friday, today is Wednesday. At least in my country, or the country I mean, it's Wednesday. So let's see who's gonna tune in for tonight's live stream and let the discussion keep on going. Let's pop out the chat. And Joan Jose is first. Pyro, how are you doing? Ledio, J Kala, Hui Pan. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the live stream. Could you repeat what you just said, please, about the subject? It's exactly what you read in the titles and exactly what you read in the thumbnail. It's about Attila being nerfed, Constantine being buffed, and if you have any concerns about AoE, so just in case you haven't seen my video about the new update review, that pretty much. So I want to have like an open discussion, like a live stream open discussion about the recent modification that are happening in the game. Cause I'll be honest, I read the modifications about the commanders like just a couple of hours ago, because there isn't much to do in the game, so there was no reason to actually log on. And every time people are mentioning me about it, I'm laughing. It might be a little bit hysterical laugh because I spent a lot for Attila as well. So especially when they wrote in the email that they're gonna compensate. Due to these changes, we will compensate players who own Attila in separate batches. Now, I laughed a lot about that because how can they compensate players who done 400 million points, 500 million points in Mightiest Governor just to win this commander because he was very OP at that point? So, how will they compensate those players? That's going to be very, very interesting. So, again, welcome everyone. Welcome to the live stream. Ned, welcome. Microman. Anatoline, nice to see you. Nice to see you too. No Sorrow, Araz, Papi Loco, Dominique, Ivan Cristo. I'm so to say free to play or really low spender. Don't have any of these commanders. Nerf doesn't affect me. Greetings from Germany. That's very good. The experienced killer. What do you think the compensation will be? There was once a compensation regarding Edward. So they've done a mistake, and Edward was in the gold keys, and people were able to summon Edward from the gold keys. And I think the compensation was that they gave everyone universal sculptures. But there's very possible to be some very crazy bad compensation. Ronnie, when are you gonna do a video on pushing Mightiest Governor event? When I'm pushing Mightiest Governor event, Jay Kalau. Hey Legend, hope you are fine. I'm fine. Ivan, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much. Hey Ronnie, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. Compensation 500 gems. Will be the first time for them to give so many gems. That's a very good one. Dark Devil, hello, welcome to the stream. Greetings from Saudi Arabia. Well, greetings from UK. Compensation should be those who get killed and lost millions of troops because of its OPU skills. Taral, you are very correct about that. Probably a lot of people just quit because of Attila Takeda. I've seen reports when literally a regular free-to-play player just lost all his troops in one rally. So that was insane. That was literally insane. Like a 2.5 million city lost 2.1 million troops in a rally. How can you? That's a lot. We all knew that at some point an Attila Nerf will come. At least to me, it was just a question of time. That stroke, to tell you the truth, I was expecting a nerf as well, but personally, I was expecting a hidden nerf. So, what does hidden nerfs means? They've done it before. They've done it before on certain commanders. So that hidden nerf is basically this just doesn't show it. They do it, but they just don't show it to the people. And there is a very interesting thing that you guys can take from the email, because it says over here on the force kill, when the armlet, okay, the skill cooldown has been increased. Hold on. Since when the skill had a cooldown? Is not showing. If you're looking at his skill right now, so this is very interesting. That means that they've done something without us knowing. They've done it, but there was not enough. So if you look at his skill right now, it doesn't have any cooldown. This can actually go on every time you have that 25% chance. It literally doesn't say anything about cooldown. Is exactly like Alexander. I mean, you've all seen this one popping like one after another. It depends on your luck, because it doesn't have an internal cooldown. Commanders that have internal cooldown, you can take Frederick, for example. This effect can only trigger once every 5 seconds. That is internal cooldown. Now you can take Double C, for example. Effect can only trigger once every 5 seconds. There you go, internal cooldown. You have Minamoto. Effect can only trigger once every 5 seconds. Nothing they say on Attila. So they've done something without us knowing, and now they're just noticing us, and they're just telling us that they are increasing that internal cooldown, which obviously it reduces his damage drastically, because that skill will not pop as often as you want. On top of that is the chances that you might get the 50% all damage and not the 100. So yeah, it's very curious because it doesn't show any cooldown. It's very curious how they're increasing that cooldown, which there's actually shouldn't be any. That's very curious to me. AoE nerf or buff? I would say that AoE is getting buff. Compensation, free passports. Blue jeans, hello. Who is better, Saladin or Genghis Khan? That's a very tricky question, who is better. But I would say that Khan has a lot more utilities than Saladin. Hey Ronnie, spend action points. Fernando, thank you very much, I will spend them. Aren't AoE commanders better now? They are getting better, yes. Talk more about Constantine. I will talk about Constantine as well. Stark, hello, welcome to the stream. Ronnie, please help me, I'm free to play and you have Sansu. Max skills, Pelagius, level 50 max skill and YSG. I go with Sansu and YSG for Garrison. Is it good or I must change it? Aras is very good, but if you're about to get rally, better shield up. And we really don't know how much it will change. Attila Takeda test will tell. I hope that it's a little weaker. Counters still woo, but finally got with Constantine a working counter. That's true. That is very true, and I have to say that the buff they actually gave to Constantine, it's a really good one, and I definitely believe that Constantine will be a meta against Attila and Takeda. So Constantine, after the update, will definitely be one of those commanders that you need to use against Attila and Takeda. Meliodas, Rock, can you show me your 5 cav marches, please? Yes, I can show you my 5 cav marches. So I have Saladin YSG, I have Attila Takeda, Genghis Minamoto, Pelagius Double C, and Babers with Sansu. So these are my 5 marchers around now, and you are very correct, I'm not using Ethelfled. Do you think is it better Guan with YSG or Charles? I would say Charles first and Guan Yu second for field battles. So, Peace Frog, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. John is Glock. Let's hope for 1 or 2 seconds increase on cooldown. That's very, very interesting how much cooldown they will add. And let me clarify about, someone already asked, strongholds aren't only city. So it has been clarified by Charles Martel, the support Charles Martel, regarding garrisons and strongholds. So I'm gonna pick the talent trees because this is probably the best one to pick. It's same with the skills. So what I'm referring right now is how Lilith is using on the description when they use garrison and when they use stronghold. So these two things have been clarified. So you're noticing on this talent, for example, it says increase all damage dealt to strongholds by 3% and damage taken from stronghold garrisons is reduced by 3%. And then we have this one is specified governor's city, and this one it says when attacking garrisons. So it's already a little bit confusing for someone who's looking at these talents, because it says govern city, it says garrisons here, and it says strongholds here. So what the F, right? Now, the clarification was that strongholds is everything else that is not a city. So that means flags, passes, fortresses in Osiris, your buildings, shrines. So anything that is not a city is a stronghold. Whatever they use in the description, the name stronghold, that's what it means. Wherever they use garrison in description, that's city, meaning that meteor shower should only work against city. And that's literally Charles Martel support, which is the highest level of support. You probably need to spend over 50,000 to actually have access to it, or maybe 100,000, I'm not 100% sure, but definitely you need to have a insane amount, high level of spending. I don't have it, but I've seen screenshot. So that was his clarification about garrison and stronghold. That's the reason whenever you look on the new commanders, for example Attila, it says when attacking garrisons, this is city specific. So this one only works against cities, just in case someone actually thought that it works against others. So with the modification on Constantine, on his third skill, Impasse or Impasse, I don't know how it's actually being spelled, it adds when he's garrisoning strongholds, it does 10% extra normal attack versus calves. So that's what it means when you're gonna put Constantine in flags or in passes or in whatever building fortresses, he will kind of be the best counter against calves, sort of speaking, because of that. So that was the clarification about strongholds. Why should strongholds only be a city? City is city, right? Yes, city is city, and garrison it's also considered a city. Just strongholds is considered everything else. So everything else, a flag, a pass, a fortress, those are considered strongholds. That was the response from Charles Martel support. Maybe you want to ask the support as well, see what they answer you. Garrison is everything I thought structures. No, that was the response from the support, so it's not coming from me. It's sad how some few people post not true things and cause panic by spamming on Facebook and Discord lives. I don't know. I mean, that was the support response. Can I use Barca if I maxed only first skill? My kingdom has 288 days. Noob Master. For a 288 days kingdom, Barca is a little bit outdated to tell you the truth. Not sure if it's actually worth investments. Malik, at all barbs, forts, and ruins will disappear on reset, and we have 1 day wait. What? Nail, I'm a T5 player, 95 million, first account, I'm very active. How do I get about applying to the alliance? Which alliance? If you're interested in migrating, you have to contact this player. So we have Majid E. He is in charge of the migration. As you're noticing over here, it says migration officer Majid E. So you definitely want to talk with him. He's rank 4 in the alliance. If you're interested in joining Punishers or the kingdom, you have to go in contact with him. He's being in charge of that. Alright, let me just pull out a few marches and I'll get back on Q&A because pretty much this was going to be the whole day. No, maximum get back. I got nothing else to level up, so I use just random commanders. And that's it. More pay-to-win feature of Rock that I wasn't aware. What do you mean by that? Who is better, Genghis Khan or Saladin? More utilities on Genghis Khan. Who is better? You have to try out. So I'm 6k honor away from 150k honor, and my KVK1 will close in 1 day, 3 hours. Will I be able to hunt barbs until the end, or will they disappear after reset for the last day? It shouldn't disappear. Like I already told you, Malik, on my last KVK, we had barbs until the timer finish. The AoE is buffed, not nerf. Yes, but a lot of people, IWM, a lot of people are actually contacting me concerning about that and why I'm not expressing myself, saying that the AoE is getting nerfed. So, and why I'm not expressing myself that the AoE is getting nerfed. And I told everyone that the AoE is not getting nerfed. So that's why I actually put it in the title, just to say it again, that it's actually getting a buff, the AoE, and a lot of people are just reading that and then they contact me. They don't even check my video review that I've done about that, because it's actually a buff for the AoE. It's the buff that was supposed to happen 1.5 years ago. This is something that was supposed to happen from the beginning. If you get multiple rallies on a building, for example, the AoE commanders were supposed to hit multiple rallies. Isn't this patch on AoE? What will be Attila compensation be? I have no idea. The AoE now targets people attacking you first before targeting random marchers, not attacking you that are AFK. I still think that if you, it might attack the players from the same tag. I think it might not attack players from different tag, because the question and the concern about a lot of players was about barbarian AoE farming, because obviously barbarians are passive, right? So if you go with YSG, for example, where it's a group of barbarians and you're gonna attack one, this is what people's concern is, that when they do the AoE, it's not gonna hit the second barbarian. So I don't think they plan to change that. The actual change of the AoE is when flags are being hit. They use marches because it was probably more common than rally, but that was the main concern. For example, if my city is getting rallied right now and I have YSG, let's say 3 rallies, right? I have Sons of YSG. My Sons of YSG will hit 1 rally. So how is that right? How is that right? What's the point of having 8 million in a city if I'm not able to hit all the rallies with my AoE commanders? Because that's why I use them. Which infantry commander is better? Yesterday I maxed my Richard and I'm trying to decide on whom I should work. Well, congratulations on that, Stark. To complete Richard, you could do Alex, for example. Alex is a complete pair for Richard. Ronnie, can our low spender get enough individual honor points to get city skin from KVK? If you have the action points, yes, you can definitely get. Doesn't matter about the levels of spending. I hope compensation is one universal for every universal spend. That's how Mehmet compensation was. That would be really cool. Hey, Mr. DJ Hero, Ronnie, hope you're having a good day. I'm glad it's not an AoE nerf. I maxed YSG not long ago, working on Saladin now, hoping to see Khan and or Takeda will again. Hey, Mr. DJ, thank you very much. Welcome to the stream and everyone else. Yeah, AoE is not a nerf, so I'm repeating it again. It's actually a buff. We didn't see in YouTube give us a video about cannon and what command cannon. There's no cannons. The only Mehmet has cannons in Rise of Kingdoms. And what commanders we should choose in canon? You mean Sunset Canyon? In each part of the game, begin, middle, and end game. Ahmad, that's a very delicate video. I'm not sure if there is a lot of people interested in that, but I'll try to think about something and do a video once. I don't mind talking about Sunset Canyon, but whenever I talked about Sunset Canyon in some of my videos, that didn't get so many views, so I was like, why should I even talk about Sunset Canyon? Hello, Ronnie is the best open field Cav pair, still Cannon Saladin. Well, actually right now I think the best open field is Attila Takeda. They doing great on the open field, but maybe Saladin and Takeda, I think they are the tankiest pair out there on the open field. Saladin and Takeda. Matthews, yo, still not boring playing that game? No. Papiloco, Ronnie, I'm 41 million power. Play with 5 cav march is that good. Plus, I have 1.6 million calves. Should I train more tier 4 or wait for tier 5 to unlock? Well, there's nothing wrong in having more tier 4 for field battles, but you can definitely say speed ups for T5. You definitely want to have some T5, especially for Osiris. What is the best counter pair for Attila Takeda? There's Charles and Constantine. Charles primary. So if they tell you remove Attila from your inventory but get all the heads invested, or keep them as it was, what you choose? Very interesting question. I don't know the answer about that because I'm a Cav player, so whatever they modify on Attila, I'm probably still gonna use him out of options for Cav players. So I'm really curious to see the compensation. Besides that, they haven't asked anyone, like, what do you want? They just said they're gonna compensate. I mean, what they compensate, I don't know, but will they compensate my 300 million points done in the Mightiest Governor just to win Attila? That's my question. And that's the thing that they didn't think about. They should have just rather not tell anyone about it. Just modify him. Just do hidden nerfs. I don't know what to say. I mean, a lot of spenders will be very unhappy about these changes, because everyone who already had MG Attila, they spent a ton of money to get him. They bought bundles to train troops and so on, because everyone saw the videos, everyone saw the reports from Attila, and oh my god, obviously everyone wanted Attila and Takeda. Right? I mean, you don't blame them, but in the end people spend money for it. Play light versus darkness, and field battles are almost impossible to play because of crashing loading errors. Can't imagine what will happen when big alliances fight in open like yours. Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. Is the city team of season 2 of Lost Kingdom worth it? Fernando, no, it was the first one and the third one. The first and the third are really good. Peace Frog, Saladin and Takeda is so good open field. I loved using that march in KVK3. Peace Frog, I like it too. I use it in Sunset Canyon. It's my best march in the Sunset Canyon. Saladin and Takeda, they are just insane. Man, you're still number one in your server? No. When was I number one in my server? Tom M. Ronnie, Constantine or Alex first maxed after Richard for infantry player? I would go with Alex, Tom. If you're done with your Richard, I would do Alex next. I have Mina, Khan, Takeda, Saladin, Kao Max. How should I pair all this? I would do Minamoto and Saladin and Genghis Khan with Takeda. So that way you have a little bit of tankiness on each march. So Takeda will offer Genghis Khan a little bit of defense, and Saladin will offer Minamoto a little bit of defense. You can also do Saladin Minamoto if you even want that pair to have even more tankiness, because you can go with emergency protection from support, and that's even extra skill damage reduction. Double C Max, just put him second to Pelagius. Adam Hickson, that was for you. Ronnie, any advice for best partner to double C? Well, are you guys watching my videos? I used Pelagius double C for a year, and you're still asking for best partner for double C. Seriously. I used Pelagius double C for a year, and I haven't found a better replacement. I still use them. I haven't changed them. I tried Pelagius Minamoto, and I still love Pelagius double C more than anything else. Hey Ronnie, Guan Yu have to max or not? Pretty much. King Attila, you pretty much have to max him. Takeda or Attila at the open field? Only Khan for, how to say, minimum investment, or for minimum investments, captures is definitely Takeda. Attila needs to be maxed, because you need the 4 skill even with the nerf. Even with the nerf on Attila, you still need the 4 skill. The nerfs do not seem that bad. I feel like Attila will still be very strong. For field battles, the difference is not going to be any. So, for field battles, Attila and Takeda you will not see any difference. They will still be very strong. But for rallies, because apparently he has an internal cooldown on this 4th skill, which we didn't know about it, and now they are even increasing that internal cooldown, and in terms of rally, he will do less damage. For field battles, you're not going to notice much of a difference. It's not like he's going to do from 3000 normal attack damage. Let's say he's going to do 4000 every now and then. So like I said, it's not big difference. But for rallies, that's where the problem was. Rallies and hitting cities. So in that point of view, you will feel a difference when rallying with Attila. He will be more normal of a commander, more balanced commander, let's say. Let's put it like that. He's still probably going to be strong because of the amount of normal attack he will do with Takeda, but like I said, he's just going to be balanced. Because even Takeda, when they released it, his primary skill was doing something, then they changed it. And I think it was the same with Attila, so they kind of kept changing them. So they're just, bringing them to the regular standards, or they're bringing them to a balance for the game. But like I said, one thing they cannot compensate is the hundreds of millions of points that people done in Mightiest Governor. That's something that I don't see how they will compensate that, to tell you the truth. If Garrison now means only city, King's Guard makes no sense. That new definition can't be correct. I think that's the best way to do it, is just ask the support. I'm just trying to say what the highest level of support is is answering, I mean, if he's answering wrong, then what should I say? I'll probably ask the support myself, Julius Caesar, but Charles Martel is the highest support. Is the highest support level in the game. He kinda knows everything, so he can give you the best answers. But I'll ask Julius Caesar as well, see what this says, and talking about Garrison, King's Guard, increase the Garrison attack. No effect when garrisoning cities. You're right. It doesn't make it doesn't make any sense, but it says here no effect when garrisoning cities. So basically this should be stronghold attack, if what the Charles Martel is saying, that stronghold is everything else that is not city and garrison means city. So basically they were supposed to write stronghold here, and instead of changing the entire description, probably was easier for them to add just something in the description saying no effect when garrisoning cities. I think that was the easiest fix they could have done, instead of changing the entire description, because probably that involves sending, I don't know. I'm not into coding, and I have no idea how this works, but probably was just easier for them to add something to the description rather than just modify something from the description. So that's why they put no effect when garrisoning cities. I mean, that's what I would understand at least. All right, so we've talked about Attila. So like I said, this thing, the skill cooldown has been increased. That eludes me the most. Like, since when did it had a cooldown, which it wasn't read? They didn't write it anywhere. Anyway, we have another modification, and that is about Constantine. And they said they are talking about the third skill, and they are using as a reference for a level 5 skill. So increase the attack of garrison by 10% and attack of watchtower by 10% when this commander is serving as a garrison commander, meaning city. Okay. Adjusted to increase attack of the garrison by 10%, okay, and attack of watchtower. And they are adding something. Reduce incoming normal attack damage from cavalry units by 10%. This is a slight buff, or some people will consider it a slight buff or something. But I think that the most important part that we need to take about this is how will they calculate that normal attack. Is going to be from the total normal attack, is going to be before the defense reduction applies, after the defense reduction apply. It's a lot of variation because there's obviously a formula. Every single turn there is a formula that is being applied with attack, defense, health, and so on. It's complicated things. I don't want to get into it. I've seen it on one game, okay? I've seen something similar, and I know how they've done. They are doing the maths and all that to actually give you the numbers that you see on the report. So it's very complicated. It's like an entire page just of a formula on how it does with everything and how everything is being calculated. So that's the problem. When will this go in effect? The reducing the incoming normal attack damage from cavalry units by 10%. It's gonna be from what's after all the reduction has been done before. So that's going to be a very interesting question. So obviously it needs to be tested. Once we see rallies going on, that's when we will be able to tell the best how this is going to work. But we already know that Charles and Constantine, it is a very good hard counter to Attila and Takeda. Now with this, considering the nerf of Attila, small nerf, big nerf, we will see after the update. And this buff on Constantine, that's even strengthened that idea, meaning that the results of a rally, or when you see a report, the results should be much more in favor of infantry after this update. So definitely Constantine will become a meta and will become a most wanted and needed commander. Is Minamoto still good? Yes, it is. Zax asks Marksman for highest level of support. I think Marksman needs to visit Charles Martel. How about that? See what they can come out with. Nerf is good. Kampf can't be God for too long. Infantry player over there, guys. Infantry player. You see, you just read his comment and you know from the moment him writing that comment, he's definitely an infantry player. Jedi Mind, I've got LCD support. But it's replying in Spanish. Probably just talking rubbish. They compensate with new overpowered commander for mightiest governor. I don't know. It'll be interesting. If you could, would you go full infantry instead of calves? No. I like my calves. Thank you. Even with the nerf, I'm still using them. How can I get high honor points in Lost Kingdom? Please, I want to get 20 off the list. Just save up action points for half a year and then you have a chance. Nel TV Saroni, what is your new cavalry march? Well, I already showed them. Minamoto is useless. Minamoto is not useless. You must be one of those players that do 1 versus 1 tests, most likely. Hey Ronnie, what do you think about Charles Scipio, Richard Ethelflaed, Sansu YSG, Guan Eulji for field battles? The Serpent, that sounds really good pairs. The only problem is with Sansu YSG and Guan Eulji. Not much defense on those 2 marches. They'll definitely be the first target. Nobody will just target Charles because that's your Tonkin March or Richard. So I'm not saying that is wrong, that's really good, but you gotta pay attention with those marches. They will definitely be a target. Biker, hello, welcome to the stream. Zax and everyone else, guys, welcome to the stream. Watching from Paris. Hey buddy, I have max skill level 60 Richard Alexander YSG 5553 Charles and 551 Constantine all epics. Can you please suggest 3 or 4 good infantry marches? Richard Ethelflaed, it's very good. Okay. You don't have many defense commanders, that's the problem. So you only have Richard Charles. So you can definitely do Richard Ethelflaed. You could do Charles with Sansu or Charles with YSG. I would do. Then I would do Constantine with Alex. I would put Constantine first so you can actually try to protect Alex for as long as possible. And then you have YSG, Eulji, or you have Eulji, no, Eulji YSG not really working that well. So you probably have to do Charles YSG and then Sansu and Eulji. So if you're not happy of using Sansu and Eulji, then you can do only 3. Richard Ethelflaed, Constantine Alexander, and Charles YSG. Discord void was fun. Need less beer next time. Biker, that's Friday. Friday is Discord. Ronnie, I also using Pelagius with double C. I just wanted to ask for legendary commander. Which commander do you advise, Genghis Khan or another? Definitely Genghis Khan. He's good in PvP and PvE because of the damage. So you want to have multiple utilities from one commander. Hi Ronnie, is Alex Constantine good pair? For field battles, yes, but I would use Constantine first. So you can get the support talentry from Constantine, so you can get a little bit of protection. What minimum power should you be to play in KVK? Well, any power. Doesn't matter of your power. We can play from any power. Shangsu, hey, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Do you think 3-4-2-2 Charles is useful for the late game? No, to be honest, I wouldn't. If he's not at least 5-5, I probably wouldn't bother Stark for him. A happy day for us, Constantine investor. Yes, very happy day when it comes to Constantine. Can I see MG ranking? Yes, you can see MG ranking. It's not as crazy. My plan is to go with the kill event. So with the kill event, I have a lot of resources. With the kill event, I want to go for it for a very high spot. I'm not sure how high I will get. And yeah, I still need 3 skills on mine, so definitely. My aim would be for first. I told everyone that I'm going for first. Hey Ronnie, would prioritize Leonidas or Guan Yu in the current Attila countering meta? You need Charles Martel and Constantine if you want to counter Attila and Takeda. Joshua, they will wait for you to max Constantine. They will nerf after you invested in him. Joshua, you probably maxed Attila. So just to say it one more time, the change for Attila on the second skill. It says here the second skill, the Siege of Constantinople, is nothing crazy. From 10%, 5% when attacking city is nothing crazy. The fourth one is the problem, and always was. The fourth one was the OP skill from Attila, and this is the concern because they are saying the skill cooldown has been increased. We never had in the description that the skill actually has a cooldown, so we never had that. Did they sneakily install the cooldown once they noticed that everyone is demolishing everything with Attila Takeda? And now they're just noticing that is not even enough, so they're just increasing it and making it official. It would have been better if they would have added a cooldown to the skill. That would have made sense. Or the skill now has a cooldown. Not the cooldown has been increased. That tells you that the skill already had a cooldown. And they're just increasing it, right? I mean, that's what I'm understanding. At least. Yeah, I don't know. Sounds a little bit fishy. And every time I read about Attila, it reminds me of this. So every time someone is mentioning Attila, this is the thing that it reminds me. Due to these changes, we will compensate players who own Attila in separate batches. How will they compensate? I lost a million infantry to Attila Takeda, just defending a couple of hours one flag. Will they compensate me that? I've trained 2 million troops into Mighty's governor just to try to get Attila. Will they compensate me that? So it's so funny about the compensation. Patrick Smith, hey, welcome to the stream. Use your gold heads. No, I don't use my gold heads. Henry, not seen long ago, Richard and Alexander is max. Who next? Constantine and Guan Yu or Leonidas? Definitely we can do Constantine. He's actually seems to getting on the top of the lists with these changes. And after that you can work on Guan Yu as well, Leonidas. Can best Cav commander. Very possible, but Attila is still a beast. Nerf is good. No, I agree they needed a nerf. They were very OP. But it's just funny when I'm reading about the compensation. Hi Ronnie, how are you? Quick question. Saladin and Takeda for open field. No, Saladin or Takeda for open field. Both of them are really good. I would go with Saladin first, Khalid. If I use Babers with Sansu, which commander I must pair with Pelagius? Double C, Aras. Double C. You maxed out the primary skill of Double C and you put him second to Pelagius. 5551 Saladin and 5551 Takeda is good for open field battles. Yes, it is. Bahadir. Definitely. Are you planning to max Alexander? If so, who will you pair with him? I do plan to max Alexander, but I'm saving my sculptures for now because there's commanders that need to be released. So I want to see about those commanders as well. Obviously, archer commanders, I want to see how powerful they are. And pretty much I'm not rushing with Alexander, but I definitely need him. I'll be very honest. I definitely need him for my army. I want that for my field marcher. I want that debuff from his expertise. So it's very complicated. I'll see when they release the new commanders. If they're nothing interesting, I'll probably just instantly max Alexander. My plan is, or my plan was, to go Minamoto and Alexander. I'll probably still do that, just go Minamoto and Alexander. But right now, I have room for Genghis Khan and Alexander. And that's actually not a bad choice, because as often as Genghis Khan will pop his skill, then same as Alexander gonna pop his primary to give the shield, meaning less severely wounded or less troops lost. Plus, it gives the 600 shield Alexander to another of my march, so there's nothing bad. But my first idea was going Minamoto with Alexander. So yeah, I will see when the time comes how I'm gonna actually play with them. Because then I have Babers and Ethelflaed, so I probably have to do Minamoto and Sansu or Minamoto and Ethelflaed. I tried Pelagius Minamoto and I wasn't happy with the results. You guys know I use Pelagius with double C. So I tried Pelagius with Minamoto because that was my plan. Pelagius to still be the only epic that I'm still gonna use. And I've tried him. I said, okay, that's my plan. Let's see how Pelagius and Minamoto will perform. And the performance wasn't great. Like, Pelagius double C still does better for some reason. Pelagius double C. So yeah, Pelagius double C stays. So I need to work around with the marches a little bit differently. How is your Constantine? My Constantine is actually pretty high. I'm actually not far away from maxing him. It's just 4 skills. There's 310 sculptures. So yeah, it's decision. Alexander, Constantine, and I'm almost there. I'm almost infantry. The only problem, I don't have equipment for infantry. So that's why I'm not even thinking of investing, just maybe as a second in command. So Alexander is a good option, is a very good option for my cabs right now as a second in command. But Constantine, if I invest in him, what infantry equipment will I put? Well, I only do for cabs. All my equipment that I do is for cabs. Without equipment, this is my infantry equipment. 2 greens. 2 greens and a gray. I can probably do these pants, which are initially made for archers. That I'm using them on Edward when I rally, because it's 4% archer defense. Weapon, but this one again, I put it on Edward when I rally. What does it give? Infantry health. So boots. What boots? They are all They're all calves. So it's I can't to switch to infantry. There's no go. Biker, Pella Double C is a match made in heaven. Yes, this kind of true. I think next commander is gonna be archers. What do you think? Yeah, well, of course, this is what everyone is expecting. Archers. Why every epic commander have a country but Lohar doesn't have one? That's sad because he's a barbarian. He was a barbarian. He was just better than the rest, and he became a commander. How far are you from getting T5 on your alt? Where is people, please? I think 8 research. I'm 8 research away. Yeah, I'm 8 research away from unlocking his first T5. I have the speed ups. But I just no, I want to do it on a event that is worth it. Which commander is in your mightiest governor now? Is the mighty Attila. Is the mighty Attila sculpture in the mightiest governor event right now? Mina and Babers, I use them in Canyon. Yeah, I did use Babers. For example, I did use Genghis Babers, for example. That works. That's also nice. What is the CO buffs? I'm late. The buff is for Attila, Alikas, right? Welcome to the stream. And for Constantine. You probably have the email like everyone else. I hear new civilization might be coming. Is it true? And if yes, what do you think it will be? Greece, maybe? SS, Edward or YSG? YSG. Edward is kind of rally specific. He's good for field battles, but kind of rally specific. A lot of players are saying that Edward L. Cid is strong on field battles. Well, I want to meet them. I want to meet them and test them. Because Edward gives health, El Cid gives defense to your calves. They also both give march, and they say they can keep up with calves, but still, I mean, they are archers, and too many calves on the field battles right now. So anyway, I just got up. So what is the damage from the up? They might letting me know. Well, I did talk about it already in the live stream. It's about the commander adjustments, about the Attila. You all have the email about the second skill and about the fourth skill. Obviously, they will do a lot less damage because they are increasing the cooldown of this fourth skill, meaning that it's not gonna pop as often as it is. Not that everyone knew that it has a cooldown, so now they are just increasing it. Apparently, it had a cooldown. So in rallies, definitely less damage. On field battles, I don't think it will be much of a difference. It will be a difference, but not as visual. It will be for rallies. Then Constantine is getting a nice buff. So definitely Constantine will be the hard counter for Attila and Takeda. Or pretty much any calves. Because Constantine has a lot of skill damage reduction. He also has the support talent tree. So that's huge. That's huge. Constantine will be a very wanted commander for Garrison. Specifically for Garrison, he will be a very wanted commander. Can I migrate to your kingdom? I'm 54 million power. No, you have to talk with Majid E. I'm not sure if we still have room in the main alliance. He is in charge of the migration. I can't update the game. I haven't been online since 5 months. Alikas, right. What have you done, bro? Why haven't you been online? Hope everything is alright with you. Hi, bro. Happy to see you after a long time. Can see you live. Zero, cool. Welcome to the stream. I think Lilith was confused about the new commander, so make it simple. They were nerfed. We need tanky archers now. Hand of Conan. Definitely. Charles primary or Constantine primary in city flag garrison. I recommend Charles. I would say that the defense talentry can offer a lot more than the support talentry. Ronnie, is Pelagius and Takeda a good match? Definitely. I mean, that sounds a very tanky march as well. Pelagius and Takeda. Papi Loco. Tadashi. Does it kill Attila and Takeda? Charles and Constantine, they do. Alright. So I made action points for one more barbarian. Let me just retreat this at home and let's try something. Anyway, they will compensate all the Attila owners, so get ready for the big emails. I'm not sure what the compensation is about, to be honest. Because if they don't compensate troops lost, I mean, what they will compensate that? Just give us the sculptures back. We invested on the commander. Anyway. No, where is Edward? There it is. Edward and El Cid, right? Edward, I have that skill? Yes, March speed. Alright, let's go. Royal Crossbowman. And let's go this much. Well, they are pretty fast though, so they pretty much can keep up with calves. No, no, you went too far. Alright, let's see. Why did one started first, the other one started later? Well, the calves are still... Yeah, the calves are still a little bit faster. Attila Takeda, for example. But definitely, I mean... Edward and El Cid can keep up with calves in terms of march speed. So I wouldn't say it's a bad march. Edward gives you health, Edward gives you infantry, just... They are archers. The moment you get targeted, I don't think it matters the stats. I think archers by nature, they are just weaker, even with the bonus of stats from the commanders. That's what I think. I mean, that's what I've noticed. Because I was using just one march. Just one freaking march of archers, and it was giving me almost more severely wounded than four marches of cabs. That's why I stopped using archers, even with the maxed Edward. So yeah, this is what someone told me, that they are very tanky. Edward and El Cid, it's hard for me to believe it. Besides, when I look at Edward and I see 1000 damage factor on his primary skill, I go, oh my god. There's epics with more damage factor than this. But yeah, if someone wants to try it like one-on-one, definitely not with calves. See how tanky they are. When they get under 50%, even 25% with expertise, increase archers unit attack and defense. So even more defense for archers. Anyway, I would say that archers are not made for field battles. Is Charles Leo a good pair for open field? Yes, it is. Very, very tanky. Bassa, but I would definitely put nuking commander second to the Charles. So what? Constantine just got a 10% attack against Cav, that's it. Yes. Alika's right. And only when in a flag or a pass, you know, not in your city. Best civilization for medium spender T5 player. It all depends if you're Romario speed. It all depends if you're at the beginning of the game or not. Germany can be a very good civilization. If you're an active player, Spain can be a really good civilization. And that's pretty much what I'm recommending because of the experience gained. Right now I'm using it just because I like the Conquistadors. They have the highest attack in the game, 232 base attack, the Elite Conquistadors. And they also get like 5% defense, so I pretty much like them. A lot of players saying that Arabia with the 5% attack, they have a lot more than Spain. Well, I just like Spain one. With Arabia you also can get damage dealt to neutral units, and when you rally, your rallies are much powerful as Arabia. I'm happy with the results of Spain. Germany is a good civilization. If you actually like infantry, then definitely you want to go Rome. We also get some march speed, it's really good. Plus the legionnaires are very strong. You get defense for field battles, is really good. If you're a medium spender, probably you're thinking about France for the healing speed, but don't. If you're a medium spender, you shouldn't have problems with healing speed. Britain is very good, but I don't see a future right now for archers. The meta right now is cavs and infantry. Probably with the new archers it might change, nobody knows, but kinda cavs and infantry are roaming around on the field battles right now. Very few archers. Unfortunate people that are still using archers for field battles. What I do, because you're probably wondering about the training speed, the 5% training speed, when I train large batches of troops, I switch civilization. It costs me 10,000 gems, but when I train more than 1,000,000 troops, I switch to civilization, because then it's worth it. And then I switch back, so basically it costs me 20,000 gems altogether. If not, I don't really see a big difference in 5% training. A lot of people see it. The thing is, the special unit, the Teutonic Knights, they are not that awesome. Sounds awful, but that's kind of the truth. They are not that awesome. They get 5% attack. Still, even with 5% attack, they don't reach the attack of the Conquistadors. Even with that. People free to play mostly go for the training speed and action points recovery. Commanders, having experience and upgrading all your commanders gives you a lot of variety in the game. You can do a lot of marches and pairs. You can play around with your commanders the way you want. So I'm always in favor of experience. The entire game is tailored around commanders. If you don't have them upgraded, that's you know, there's not much you can do. Can you show up your troops count? Yes. 7.8 and a half. Almost 8 million troops. We need more feathers. I think I could craft an item, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for the update before I'm gonna craft something. Okay, refresh. 70%. And refresh one more time. 70%. And that's it. Not a very good shop. Could have been better. USD, ASD. How about Memlak damage? They are very close to the Conquistadors. Which better commander with Khan aspect Saladin? What do you mean by that, Francie? I don't understand. How much you spend it in the game? A lot more than I want to think about it. Arabia is for Wales. Gaming Republic, pretty much. But I'm one of those whales that is still with Spain. I'm a broken whale. How much resources can you gather with that amount of troops? It's not about troops when you gather resources. Troops won't help you on gathering resources. It's the gathering commanders that will that will help you gather the resources. Saladin Attila will reduce a lot of skill damage incoming. Kanda Keda will be DPS with tanking. I feel they look good. The experienced killer, I was thinking about Saladin Attila or Attila Saladin as well, to tell you the truth. But I think at some point, it doesn't matter how much skill damage you stack, it might just count to less. What I'm trying to say is that you cannot reduce your skill damage taken by 0. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to say by that. So as much skill damage reduction as you add, at some point it will have minimal effect because it will just reduce too much of the actual damage that you receive. Do you miss your old kingdom? Well, there was really good times in the old kingdom. How do you get all the stars to level up all those commanders? Michael Pickering. Well, I think this will sort out the answer. Consecutive login days 440. So you can imagine the amount of events in all this time that, I have been through. So that's how I get all those. And on top of that, right now I think I have 400, so I can probably 6-star a commander. Oh, I'm almost at 600 sculptures. Oh, that's good. And we have the new event coming up. There's probably going to be a recharge event with it. We have one more Osiris League. Yeah, that's a lot of sculptures that are piling up. It's going to be the shop in the Osiris League. I have 2,000 coins, so there's definitely going to be more sculptures. Sculptures are definitely piling up. But look at this experience, yo. Almost 400 million. Almost 400 million experience. That looks so nice. I got a lot of materials chests. I got a lot of things. Speed ups. I have a lot of speed ups as well. Preparing. And preparing. And stocking up. What is better commander with Genghis Khan? I have not Saladin. Well, fancy any other Cav commander can work. Should I stop investing in YSG? Milet Baird, no. Invest in YSG. Jonathan, Ronnie's killer of well. Sorry about that. Is it wise to be Ottoman as Cav player? There's nothing wrong. I was Ottoman and I was really enjoying it. Ottoman is really good, especially if you're having different nuking marchers. Because I was doing archers back then and I was running with archers in the same time. So from that point of view, it's actually good. Because you want to nuke with infantry, you want to nuke with archers, cavs. That civilization would help you a lot. And I tell you another thing. For Ark of Osiris, I also think that Ottoman is the best civilization. Nail Ledger only show us your bank statement. You want to see my bank statements? Google PLC, Google PLC, Google PLC, Google PLC, Google PLC, Tesco. Google PLC, Google PLC, Google PLC, Google PLC, Tesco. That's my bank statement. Do you think Lily should do something when outside of KVK is so boring? Yeah, I'm actually hoping they will do something about that. Why don't advise YSG? Just join. Who said I don't advise YSG? Kuwaiti. YSG is one of the best commanders in the game, if not the best commander in the game. Heveroni, I expertise Constantine last week. Who is best pair to defend Attila? Charles Martel and Constantine. That's the best pair to defend against Attila. Heroni, the answer that Lilith is giving regarding AoE, it looks the same as it is now. It's getting better, at least that's what I'm understanding from what the support is saying and from what the message is saying. No, the AoE is not getting nerfed. The reason I put it over there in the title and the reason I put it in the thumbnail is because I had a lot of questions in the game that the AoE is getting nerfed and why I'm not saying something about it. The AoE is not getting nerfed. The AoE is getting buffed. Or at least that's what I understood from the support messages and from the email they sent in the game. Who is better commander, Alex or Guan Yu? Well, that's a very strong and loaded question. Because personally, I haven't seen so much Guan Yu in action. But Alex is more universal. Guan Yu is kind of infantry specific. In terms of utility, Alex, but I think for rallies, Guan Yu will just dominate Alex in damage. That's what I think. So if you want to rally with infantry, definitely Guan Yu will do a lot more than Alex. Who should I go invest first, Saladin or Takeda? Definitely Saladin first, with your Cav experience. Justin, Saladin first. Should I max Constantine, Alex, or Wu? Oof. If you have Richard, I would go with Alex and then Constantine. I would not invest in Wu Zetian. Rise of Kingdoms. Hello, man. Say hello to the kingdom of 1376. Hello. Please make another MG team tips. Well, the old tips are still good. Hello, Ronnie. For my next infantry commander, who do you think will be better investment, Guan or Leonidas for open field? If you have Jeff Hook, if you have Charles Martel, so you can put Guan Yu second to Charles Martel, you can go for Guan Yu. Leonidas, if you want to use in primary. So if you need another primary commander for your infantry marches, definitely Leonidas. Guan Yu will be really good for rallies as well. And it is. I mean, Alex or Saladin for free to play. El Hars, you have Richard. You have any other commanders? Have you invested in any of them? Because if you invested in some Cav commanders, then you definitely want to go for Saladin. If you invested in some infantry commanders, that you want to go for Alex. You want to try to choose a branch, like be a Cav player, infantry player, archer player. You can't have mix. At some point, it will not add up. The numbers will not add up. What commander should I upgrade next? You got your double C Minamoto Martin. Richard YSG and Sid Max. I'm thinking about Takeda. I would go for Saladin and then Takeda. Edward or Alex? Saladin, Takeda, Alex, those are good options. Edward is kind of rally specific. Timo. You guys have a lot of questions. Did I ever say that? Hello, Ronnie. Good evening. How are you? Do you know who's that Texas Tiger that everyone talks about? No. Timo, you don't have Saladin yet. Well, you can get him from the Car King. Summon him from the Car King, because you're talking about Takeda, Edward, Alex. You can get him from the Car King. Or if you don't want to wait for the Car King to summon, then go for Alex. You have Richard. Yeah, you can go for Alex. And then when you get Saladin, you work on Saladin and Takeda. Timo. Papiloco, I have 437 consecutive login days and I am 400 million. You need to change alliance. You need to be in a more powerful alliance that actually wins events and stuff like that, so you can get more resources, more speed ups, and all that. Ronnie, a second commander to Genghis Khan. Who should I invest, Saladin or Takeda? Second commander to Genghis Khan. I would go with Saladin first. If you only care about that, Saladin is a much better choice for Genghis Khan. Takeda works as well if you want to use Saladin with someone else in the future. Zax, is it possible to have 5 infantry marchers without Constantine? I think so, yes, including Guan Yu and Leonidas. Yeah, definitely. It's just that Constantine is so is so tanky. You'll kind of have 2 marchers that will not be so tanky. With Constantine, you can make 4 tanky and 1 not so tanky. That's the thing. So if you don't want to use Constantine, you can still make 5, but probably if you use Alex and Julius Caesar, that also works really good. So if you use Alex and Julius Caesar, you can have a fort, semi tanky, decent. So yeah, you can without Constantine. Is there a specific day for Car King, or is it a random event? I haven't seen him in a while in my kingdom. I'm not sure how often does it actually pop, but I haven't seen it in a while. Not that I actually play it, but anyway. How do you see this Osiris League? I see us in the top 32. I think we will win the next game. Okay, the mother load has finished. I can basically max 3 commanders. I thought of Constantine, Guan Yu, and Takeda. Since the Attila Nerf and Constantine Buff, I'm not sure anymore to spend my gold heads on Attila to max him out. Do you think he's still worth to spend on? I'm definitely still gonna max him out, Attila. For me, it's not gonna be a question. Jerry Wong, Ronnie, did Lily compensate gold heads for YSG nerf? YSG is not getting nerf. AoE is not getting nerf. AoE is getting buffed. And no, I haven't got anything yet. As my Caesar is 6-star, continue to spend heads or not, you should stop. Don't spend gold heads on on Julius Caesar. There's much better commanders you should work on. Cuba J is in the house. Good evening. Good evening, Cuba. Hope you're good, bro. Can't wait your live battle actions again. Yes, I'm looking forward. I hope that's gonna be very soon. Do I play Takeda Wheel and don't wait for a new hero better? You should try to always summon any new commanders now off. So definitely summon Takeda. 200 gems compensation for Attila, very possible. Aurelian, to answer your question, because you have sculptures to max 3 commanders, so that's huge. To have that amount of universal sculptures to max 3 commanders, that's huge. My advice to you would be to focus on those type of commanders on a specialization. That's what I'm talking in all my gangs. So you either wanna go infantry, cavs, or archers. I would recommend you to choose from cavs and infantry. Those are the commanders that you want to max out. So regardless that Attila is getting nerf, if you're a cav player, you still want to max him out because you need him. The nerf doesn't mean that epics will be better than him. It's just getting balanced. So all this drama about him getting nerfed is nothing so crazy, but you know, it's just fun to abuse of it. So called. Everyone, oh my god, Attila is getting nerfed, so it's pretty funny. And then you read the compensation, which is pretty much gonna be like people are saying 500 gems, 200 gems, considering the amount of money everyone spent to actually get his sculptures. So yeah, that's the compensation. It's not gonna be crazy. That's my answer. Try to choose a specialization, and then you know which commander you want to work on, and always max those legendaries. It's very, very easy. It's also easier for the troops that you train. It's also easier for the equipment that you do. Everything becomes even more easier for everything that you do in the game. If you start doing commanders on all three, you have to realize that at some point they will release so many commanders that you don't know in which direction to go anymore. So why just don't make your life easier? You know, you also make your life easier by choosing one specialization. Anything they will introduce in the future, you just know. They introduce archers, who cares? You play in a weak kingdom, so your cav infantry rally leader and help most of the time as Garrison. Thanks for your answer. I'm first a cav player, so I'd go for the Attila Takeda combo. That's what I would do. If you're a cav player, if you have Genghis Khan, if you have Double C, Minamoto, then I would definitely go for them. If you have Richard, Charles, Constantine, Alex, then you definitely want to go for Guan Yu and Leonidas. For free to play, what is the best infantry or cav? At the beginning is cavs, and that's a bit of a problem. Cavs help you a little bit more at the beginning because of the mobility for free to play, but later on, once you max out your tech after a year in something, infantry is not bad for free to play either. So you can either suffer at the beginning and go with infantry, or you can go with cavs, which also later on is not bad. Cavs. I think for free to play mid road, the cavs are bad. So when you're at the point of like 10-15 million power until about 40 million power, this one I think that cavs are not so great for free to play. That's the stage. From what I have seen on the field battles, whenever I fought some players, it just melt. They were just melting. I was like, what the hell? But this guy doesn't have talent. What did he do? And you see the marches going to his city, so you check his power. I check his power, and then I was like, well, that's probably because of the technology. So that was the answer. Infantry does last longer, so it's ups and downs. Cavs help you at the beginning, but mid-road to max tech, to max technology, you will suffer with cavs. And with infantry, you'll pay a lot of hospital bills all the time because they are slow. So you won't have chances to get away. But once you get to the max technology, things get easier for both infantry and cavs. So you pretty much have bumpy roads at the beginning or at midway. Either you want to go cavs or infantry. Any news about Archer commanders? Power and power to the power of the power. No, I have no news about Archer commanders. Probably we might see something in this update. Alright guys, it's getting very late for me. Like I said, I will be here a little bit over an hour. Let's see the reports. There's nothing to report. That's pretty much about it. Oh, I need to get War Machine. Do I have any image I can pop it up? What was that? Yeah, this one can work. I think it pops somewhere here in the middle, isn't it? Let's see. Yep, there you go. I'm stocking up some speed ups, and like I mentioned in many of my videos, Call of the Ancients, it is the best buy, but it's too rare. It's once every 2 weeks, Call of the Ancient, so that's a bit of a problem. And one more. I have to do it tomorrow as well. And it resets in 1 hour. I'm also gonna have the event bundle next week is, or 2 weeks after that is gonna be the event. So yeah, I'll probably have enough speed ups for KVK, I hope. If you're wondering what this map is, that is like a blueprint version of the new map. I think so, yeah. Something like that. Anyway. Limit reached. Yeah, something like that. This, and take it off. I've done the math in terms of speed ups with the Call of the Ancients. Yeah, this is War Machine again. This is New World. This is Call of the Ancients. The reserves are really good for the Call of the Ancient. And in terms of speed ups, on Call of the Ancient, you literally get 100 hours of healing speed ups more than War Machine. Plus you get an advanced army expansion and 5 more reserves. So Call of the Ancients is the best one for training. The best one for training. But it's very rare. It's once every 2 weeks. So if you need stuff, there's no other way. It's just the War Machine. I have to wait for next week. Yeah, next week. Monday. Yeah, not very long. So I can get it again. And that was really bad gold. 600 and no, that's 200. It's 850 honor and 100 gems. No speed ups. Oh my god, the worst gold chests. Yes, show us the gold chest. Andrew, you're welcome. Madara, you got me over there. Yes, I'm preparing for that. Should I use 200k gems to get VIP 12 or use it on the wheel? Wow, 200k gems for VIP 12. That's a lot of gems. I'm not sure if I would throw in that many gems, Vibu, for VIP. I mean, if you get like 100k, 70k, I'm more into it. With 200k gems, there's so many events you can get a lot of sculptures. No, I wouldn't throw 200k gems in the VIP. Just entered the stream. How's it going? Well, I'm about to head out. Paris, he didn't say focus on one branch unless that's all you can afford. It's good to be balanced in your army. Mr. F to the C. Well, I pretty much did said to just focus on one branch. To have a balance in your army, you don't play alone, bro. This is what a lot of people don't get it. This is not a solo game. You have an alliance. Your infantry player, the other two guys are cav players. I mean, that's the way it should be. You have another archer player. I mean, there's literally nothing wrong in focusing one branch. To have a balance in your own army, that's too hard. All right, guys, that's a lot of time for me. I'm gonna head out. Thank you all for tuning in for the live stream. Like I said, there is no nerf for the AoE. Just to make it clear again, if you didn't check the video, you can definitely check the video. Is over there, is on my YouTube channel. You can check the recent video. It's done like yesterday or 2 days ago. Attila is getting just a small nerf. Doesn't mean that he's not going to be very useful. He's still going to be useful. He's still going to be used for rallies. It's just a small nerf. More tests will definitely be done once the update goes live. Constantine is getting a small buff. It's going to be the hard counter for cabs in general. And that's pretty much about it. Thank you all for tuning in for the live stream. Thank you for your likes, for your subscribes, for staying here with me. And this is your boy Johnny signing up. I hope you guys have, and girls have, a great week ahead. Peace out, yo, and take care. See you guys on the next one.